It was a defeated US president who faced reporters at the White House, but with a defiant warning.
The Supreme Court's ruling on tariffs is deeply disappointing, and I'm ashamed of certain members of the court, absolutely ashamed, for not having the courage to do what's right for our country. Foreign countries that have been ripping us off for years are ecstatic. They're so happy. And they're dancing in the streets, but they won't be dancing for long, that I can assure you.
When Donald Trump announced last April he was hiking tariffs on goods from almost every country, he called it Liberation Day. He signed an executive order that sent shockwaves through the financial world. But on Friday, in a landmark ruling, the Supreme Court ruled against the president, saying he'd overstepped his authority. President Trump had argued the US trade deficit was a national crisis, invoking an emergency economic law from the 1970s to impose his sweeping tariffs. But 6 of the Supreme Court justices here disagreed with that argument, saying only Congress and not the president has the power to impose taxes. The president already had a plan B.
I will sign an order to impose a 10% global tariff under Section 122 over and above our normal tariffs already being charged. And we're also initiating several Section 301 and other investigations to protect our country from unfair trading practices of other countries and companies.
These and other laws could give the president temporary powers, but he'd need Congress approval to extend them. In the meantime, companies forced to pay the high tariffs say they want their money back. Rick Waldenberg was the lead plaintiff in the case against the US government. His company imports toys from China, which at one point faced a 125% tariff hike.
I don't take a position for Mr. Trump or against Mr. Trump, nor do I offer him advice on how he should do his job. In fact, I encourage him to do the best that he can because we need him to. But that notwithstanding, it's not political. It's about taxes, and they owe us money.
The US Treasury could be forced to repay around $175 billion. The president says it could take years to litigate. He had hoped to use revenue from the tariffs to fund a huge defense budget and tax breaks for Americans. President Trump's Plan B could find another way to circumvent Congress. He'll be much more under the microscope. With its latest ruling, the Supreme Court has shown it is willing to challenge the president on his ever-expanding push for greater power with little regard for the rule of law. Selina Downes, TRT World, Washington.